Hi, this is Dr. Shine. I've spent most of my life being a professional learner. So even when I'm relaxed, my brain is still going 1,000 miles an hour. And occasionally when that happens, I'll pick up my phone and start a recording. And this is what you're about to experience. I was watching an old Last Week Tonight episode on artificial intelligence. This episode's about a year old. And he's interviewing this woman, and she's talking about how the self-driving cars were less sensitive to darker-skinned people than lighter-skinned people. When the car is deciding whether to brake or hit the gas to avoid a pedestrian, it has to recognize whatever's in front of it as a pedestrian. And the cars were not as good at recognizing black people as pedestrians as they were with white people. And if you think about, how these sort of racist appearing outcomes can come about, that's a good example, because the most likely explanation is that the data that they trained it on, whether that be photos that they found online or whether that be the actual employees that took videos in front of the AI of them walking across the street, those people were probably mostly white and very few darker skinned people, right? And so that's sort of why diversity matters, especially now that we're into the information age, where it's, we're monetizing ideas and information more so than like our ability to do something with our hands. If you accept that we are going into a future where AI is as ubiquitous as the internet, at least, right? That AI and the internet are sort of one-to-one. Anything that is able to connect to the internet is also imbued with AI. In that future, we are at a great disadvantage if we don't fix this imbalance, right? Part of it is culturally us. We don't like to share our information. We're paranoid of the government. And so there's a lot less data about black people. When we have AI doctors diagnosing diseases and black people end up being less likely to get the early detection benefits because we've not seen the doctor enough. And there's not enough information about us. And when they ask us to participate in studies, we say no. And we think about people like Henrietta Lacks. And I'm not saying that these things are not the case for good reason. And maybe here's where the racism, just the flat out racism, is going to come into play. There is no outcome where a company is developing a technology that could make them billions and change the world. And because it's slightly more likely to disadvantage black people, that this technology doesn't move forward and become a product anyway. The things that AI is going to do to benefit societies, we might either not be a part of, or we're a part of it, but the benefit that we receive is less than the benefit that others have received. And it's all because we're not included in the data. When AI is making the decisions, we're not included in that decision making because it doesn't know anything about us. It might not even recognize us as human until it's seen enough of us. And I will leave it at that for the discussion. I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe, send this to anyone that you think might be interested, and leave some comments down below so I can know what you're thinking.